Welcome back to the 2021 Western Canadian Dodgeball Championships. I'm Erica Spitsmacher, joined by Terry Thrasher.
Hello, how are you?
I'm excellent. Ready for another full day of action. How about you?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty ready. We took in quite a bit yesterday, but obviously there's still a full day coming.
Absolutely. And this is going to be a great game here with the Wookies versus Hug Thugs. So on the Wookies side, oh wow, getting going already. Little bit of Calgary versus Calgary action at the line there.
Yeah, we were able to see Hug Thugs a little bit over on Stream 1 as well. Yesterday, they took on BAM, so a bit of Western Canadian action all around.
Nice. Coming up with a nice counter. Sorry, Terry, I've got to get all my lineups here. So you know a few of the players on some of the teams, so you want to talk a little bit about some of the ones that you're familiar with?
Yeah, it's I'd say more so for the Hug Thugs. I'm aware of these folks. So folks like Megan McKay, who's done a lot of work for Dodgeball Canada as a volunteer. Super valuable persona in the scene. And folks like Karine Biron, who I would say starred last time we had Worlds in 2019 in Cancun. Some clutch catches and hits for Team Canada. And of course, a couple of players coming out of Quebec. Martin Dutil, Maxime Cloutier, who we've seen tournaments in Toronto and Ottawa sometimes, and have just been solid performers pretty much every time that I've seen them. So definitely some of the folks that stand out for me as performers on the court. And I have not seen so much of the Wookies, so I'm less familiar with that team. You might have to educate me a bit on these folks.
Yeah, so definitely a lot of players from Calgary on the Wookies. A couple of BC players, as you can see. Paul Laking against a BC player at the line there. And so that's a really good mixture there, yeah. So you can see about half and half. A few ladies from Rack Attack on the Wookies. And then looks like there's a couple of Hard as Foam.
Yeah, we've got Chris and Stella Valance on the roster for the Wookies, so the Hard as Foam representation, obviously. We see the jerseys being sported there as well. They are underway once more.
Yeah, so also there's a couple BC players on Hug Thugs as well, I think, as you already said. So there's a good representation of a lot of Western Canada, well, and Quebec as well.
Yeah, these Western Canadian Championships certainly featuring talent from all over North America, so really broad appeal this time around.
We'll see Wookies head up to the line here, get a couple of throws off. Holding the line like for quite a while there too after the throw.
Yeah, controlling that space in front of you, always so important in high-level dodgeball. We're seeing them do a good job of, after they throw, just not giving up that space easily.
Mm-hmm. And Karine Biron was coming after them. I don't know if I'd stand there.
She can be scary. Very effective player.
Very intimidating, for sure. She'll stare you down.
I do enjoy when players have that very serious face while they're playing, even when you know they're nice folks. It's in the moment.
Yeah.
You're just like, whoa.
Well,
might need to back this off.
And you know too that there's a reason behind that. The very intimidating face.
Very confident player and very accomplished as well. So we're seeing those Wookies, though, down just by one. Oh, no, not down by a player. I just missed. I missed Valance hanging out in the back.
You always have the one, you know?
Just lurking,
nice hit
ready
by Paul Laking there.
So it's pretty even so far.
Yeah.
I would imagine a lot of these players know each other.
Most definitely. Oh, Ranjot just missing out on that catch there for Megan McKay.
Close call, but no cigar yet.
Now, do we call her Megan McKay or Megan McCaffrey? We like to stick to the short things, right?
Yeah, I guess I've seen it listed and mentioned both ways already this weekend, so
Yeah.
maybe we should try and find out directly from her.
Maybe she likes to have two different personas. We can name each persona something different, you know?
Yeah, like one
nice
is
hit by. Yeah, the kill is Megan McKay. How about that?
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah, good.
So, just looking to close this out. The Hug Thugs coming close.
So Gia Bader left on the Wookiee side. She is a wife of Adam Bader, who is a main organizer of this tournament, the president of Dodgeball Calgary.
Oh, wow. Making the plays there, too.
Nice end.
Yep. We saw Adam Bader on the first match on Court 1 earlier.
What a force. What a big guy, hey?
Yeah, he definitely looked like he could be an imposing presence out there. Although, like, my perspective, obviously, I'm still remote from Toronto, and everybody looks a little bit smaller when the camera's kind of pointing down at them.
Oh, somebody's asking, the other court, we're just resetting things, so it should be up and running on Court 1 very soon. It will not be gone for the day, that's for sure.
Yeah. Some technical problems, unfortunately, they pop up sometimes. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, we showed up this morning and we had no power to anything. So that was the morning. That was the beginning of the morning, you know.
Yeah, that seems like an obstacle to running a stream, so.
Got to start somewhere.
All right, well, it's an even match in pretty much every respect here.
Oh, wow, what a catch off of Megan's back. Oh, but she slid out of bounds. Oh, no.
Yeah.
You have to be careful. You have to wait that extra second. Look around, make sure. You never like to make a mistake like that. Oh, my gosh, what an amazing catch at the back line.
Yeah, that was a nice grab, making himself small already, but still able to find that catch. That is a clutch moment.
And that was Byron Wong on the left wing there. So we've got Sean Farron and Karine Biron left on Hug Thugs. And Byron Wong and Ranjot Brar for the Wookies.
Yeah, we saw some good play from Farron yesterday during the men's division on Court 1. And of course, we talked up Karine Biron earlier, who showed off the throw power there just a moment ago. Now it'll be the turn of Wong and almost there.
Oh,
Wong
just
and Brar.
missed the block there for Byron Wong. So now it'll be a 2-on-1.
Difficult situation for Brar, but...
Oh, nice shot. She did not expect that one to hit toes.
Good low placement.
Oh, my goodness, no! Oh, wow. You hate to see it end that way, but oh, man. That was a nice job by Sean Farron. Good throw.
And I like how he, exactly, as the I think that was the blocking ball being juggled, right? So if that blocking ball did drop out as a result of the throw, that player would be out. If he can recover it in time, he's okay. But Farron electing to leave no doubt and just giving that extra shot. Very smart play.
And he'll let you know about it, too. That's the kind of player that Sean Farron is.
Like politely, or will it be a whole...
well, like with a big smile on his face. But
That's fair.
That is definitely a Sean Farron move. He may throw a little F-bomb at you, too, just to, like, with a big smile on his face.
Right.
You love to hate him, you know? It's one of the... Hate to love him? Well, I don't know, one of the two.
Maybe both at once, who knows?
Exactly.
So we're in sudden death. That, of course, means there is no blocking with those balls anymore. And it's always interesting to watch the throws that get chosen in sudden death. Players electing to throw from farther back and knowing that they
nice
have to dodge a little
catch.
differently. Wow, good grab. No panic there.
No, that was a lot of composure for sure. I believe that's Nigel Wong there on the right.
I am, as we mentioned, a little unaware as we see Megan McKay's throw missing high.
Lots of balls here on the Wookiee side. We'll see what they can make a go of it and taking out Martin. How do you say that last name? Is it?
I believe it's Dutil.
Okay. It sounds really nice when you say it, so.
Well, so the problem is I'm aware of roughly of how I should try and say things with a bit more of a Quebecois accent, but then I try to, and it's so-so at best. Oh, very casual catch there as well.
Oh, nice. Nigel hitting out Jessica. And Jessica just changed her last name, didn't she? Oh, Megan McKay making a big catch on Byron Long.
Yeah, she was just ready. That's how she wants to play this situation, one on many, just staying low, trying to get herself set up for a big catch. She's able to do it there.
I find she's very quick to get down low, which is obviously to her benefit.
Yeah, she's able to do that vertical game really well of getting low and bouncing back up very quickly.
Oh, and Dan Lack able to just close out the sudden death. That was a long sudden death. Normally you see that kind of just going bam, 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 done.
Yeah, that was a well-placed shot from Lack. He managed to hit that right shoulder on McKay, which is one of those places that's a lot harder to sort of T-Rex your one arm into getting that ball kind of secured against you. So well-placed shot, helping to secure that for his side and to tie it up.
Nice tight match here to start out the day. That's how we like to see it.
So most of the matches that you've watched, have they been fairly close, or have they been, 3 to 4 point differentials?
I feel like a lot of them have been quite spread out. There's been a couple. There was one tie. I saw one tie yesterday. But otherwise, most teams winning by about three. And in a 20-minute game, I mean, that's a decent amount of points to be winning by, right?
Definitely. It's a decisive margin, although, I mean, as we saw in Court 1, sometimes they'd be, 5-2 type scores where basically every point you felt like could have gone either way. So
yeah, that's true too. Yeah, but it's just that one team that's just able to close out those tight games, and that's such an important skill, right?
I feel like as I was learning to play dodgeball a bit more competitively, that's one of the things you'd notice is even if you're fairly good, sometimes other teams just seem to clutch it out in those close situations, and there are those. Ooh, nice aggressive play.
Yeah, definitely. And getting the trade, which is not a bad situation for them.
Yeah, the 1-for-1s when you've got a significant player count advantage, always worth looking for.
Jessica McGinnis
nice
making the catch on Gia Bader.
Well, this is going to be a little bit tougher now for the Wookies. Just one player left. Still doable, but it'll be tough.
Hug Thugs coming out way more aggressive in this game.
Right, they're talking over the plan from the corner to the corner. Often we'll see a rush counter. And that is exactly what we see this time.
So I believe this is Stella Valance left on the Wookies side.
Sorry.
You probably have a better chance of being correct on that than I do.
I'm doing the power of elimination. I know the names of the Calgary girls, and she's the BC one, so I'm going with it.
That's smart. That is sometimes how we figure things out.
Jessica McInnes just missing that catch there.
Wow.
But lots of players still left on the Wookies or on the Hug Thugs.
Yeah, but that's chipping away at your opponent. Sometimes that's just how you've got to play it if you're the one player remaining on your side.
Oh, just catching Paul Laking, just catching the end of her finger almost on the end play there.
Yeah, so eventually that player advantage turning out to be a little overwhelming. Always tough to deal with 1 against 4 or 5 people. So making it look good was Valence, but she couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, and able to stay
And,
alive a long time, but unable to start knocking off some of the Hug Thug players.
I think that's one of those areas where, like, a lot of players are good at the staying alive part or good at the, ripping through the other team part, but it's very rare, obviously, to find players who are good at both, especially at this level when everybody's good.
Hug Thugs lost there without any balls, but able to recover a couple with some nice pump faking. Oh, Gia Bader caught out there.
A nice falling catch. That's always pretty impressive, I think, when players are able to keep their concentration as they're flying backward.
How many bruises do you think they find on their backsides after a solid weekend of dodgeball, making those kinds of catches?
I think if you play like that, you're going to find a few, for sure.
Maxim hit out on that play by Byron Wong. Betty Mack on the left-hand side of your screen for Wookies. Which is such a great dodgeball name, isn't it? She's like the Mac Attack, right?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Looks like she rolled an ankle or something there. Still standing in there like a champ, though.
Hopefully okay.
Byron Wong taking out Paul Laking on the right-hand side.
Mac looking for that 1-for-1 with Biron, but Biron gets the better of it this time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that one closed out nicely.
Mm-hmm. That was a good send-it moment, eh?
Yeah, I'd say so. So that's going to make it not out of reach yet for the Wookiees. They can obviously, if they can get a point before sudden death, they'll be able to look to force a draw. 2 minutes. Got to play at a pretty quick pace in order to get a point wrapped up, but I think they've got the talent to do it. So it's going to have to see if they can execute now.
Hug Thug's definitely doing very well at tagging out a couple people on that rush throughout this match.
Makes it that much easier to get through the point if you've eliminated part of your competition ahead of time.
Absolutely. Oh, Dan's able to stay in because Megan was already caught out.
That's not a great feeling when you make a nice catch and then realize you were caught out before that.
And realize it's just too late. Yeah. Well, and good thing Dan was paying attention so that he didn't walk off the court like we've seen a couple of times this weekend.
Yeah, even if it feels kind of crappy in the moment, the reality is if you're a live player and you move yourself outside of the lines, you are no longer a live player, even if you thought you had to move yourself off. So always worth just checking to see what happened to that ball that hit you and popped up.
And Martin making a nice hit on Weijel Wong. I'm not going to try the last name. I'll just let you do the last name for Martin because you say it so beautifully.
We'll try, and I hope we're doing it a decent service to that name. But
yeah, to go with the more than decent play, right?
That's right. Yeah, you feel part of the national team. Wow. Program in 2019 in Cancun. He was representing the men's side for Canada.
Awesome to see that representation from Quebec, too. I don't think they've had too many players in the past, have they?
Yeah, I think he might be the first on the men's side, and Biron as well on the women's side. Not sure if she's the first. I'm trying to strain my brain back to the pre-COVID times, and it's a stretch sometimes, but
yeah,
definitely strong recent representation for Quebec on the national teams.
So we are actually in sudden death. Yeah, my clock is a little slow. Sorry about that. So now we are into second sudden death. Oh, hit there on balance.
All right, so
everybody able to stay alive.
Hug Thugs will get the match, but the Wookiees going to try and get the plus-minus a bit better. Doing well so far.
Oh, nice hit by Sean Farron.
Yeah, Farron's still showing some pretty good energy. Oh, I guess it's over.
Oh, now it's sudden death.
Here?
Maybe that's what's happening. Okay. Well, they were blocking in that last 30 seconds, so we must now be in sudden death. We couldn't really tell what they were talking about when they stopped the play there, so we were assuming, I guess. But you know what happens when you assume, right?
That's right. You meet somebody named Umption.
Sean
fishing for
Farron
the
just
catch
a little
there.
wide.
Has some close calls early on.
And they'll close it out. So Hug Thugs finish it 5-2.
It was interesting. Farron's shot was off the center mark, and I think got the hit initially, but Biron shot right on target, just trying to make sure.
Yeah.
Just staggering that timing just a little bit, and it worked out really well for the Hug Thugs. As you say, taking it 5-2. So nice, strong performance from them.
So coming up next,
But again,
we're going to have the Casawaris versus the Free Agents. Free Agents. I like that name. That's a good one.
So that's a men's match, I guess. We've got back coming up on court 2.